Number 3. Qatar. Despite the recent increase, oil prices have generally declined since the middle of 2010s. Often dramatically, the per capita GDP of Qatar resident was above $143,000 in 2014 and only $97,846 in 2015 and continues to be lower than that it has ever been. The country boasts enormous oil, gas, and petrochemical reserves while having a tiny population of just 2.8 million, which has allowed it to consistently rank at the top of the list of richest countries in the world for 20 years. However, despite only having 12% Qatari citizens, the country experienced COVID-19 spreading quickly in the early stages of the endemic, particularly among low-income migrants, laborers living in close quarters, much like many other Gulf states. Despite several quarantine curfews and lockdowns, Qatar has one of the highest rates of confirmed infections in the area. However, the economy has demonstrated some resiliency. It decreased by just 3.5% in 2022, increased by about 1.5% in 2021, and now anticipated to expand by 3.4% as a result of an increase in gas and oil earnings and the boost from hosting the 2022 World Cup after recognizing its banking sector. Number 2. Singapore. Half of people in the city-state were illiterate in 1965, the year it gained independence. Despite having almost no natural resources, Singapore developed into one of the most business-friendly nations in the world through perseverance and wise policies. The fact that 98% of adult population is now literate is the most essential reason Singapore is a successful trade, manufacturing, and financial powerhouse. In fact, the economy fell by record 5.4% in 2020, plunging the nation into recession for the first time in more than a decade. However, this decrease did not continue long. In 2021, the GDP increased again to 7.6%, and this year growth is anticipated to be around 4%. Number 1. Luxembourg. Visit Luxembourg for its castles, picturesque scenery, cultural events, or delectable cuisines. Or, as many people do, you may just open an offshore account through one of its banks and never leave. It would be unfortunate, though, as this country of roughly 630,000 people, which is located right in the middle of Europe, has a lot to offer both its citizens and visitors, with the greatest level of living in the Eurozone. Luxembourg uses a significant portion of its resources to provide better housing, healthcare, and education to its citizens. Nevertheless, Luxembourg has fared better than most of its European neighbors in dealing with the pandemic. As a result, GDP increased to 6.4% in 2011 from -1.7% in 2020. However, things won't be as good this year. Growth is predicted to remain at 1.7% because of the Ukraine conflict, together with increasing energy and food costs, are predicted to affect consumer and corporate confidence in spending. However, the nation's GDP per capita surpassed the $100,000 barrier in 2014, and since then it has never looked back. Is there any content you want to see on our channel? You can write your ideas in the comments. If you want more videos to come, subscribe and stay tuned.